Welcome back, everybody. In this video, we're going to continue learning about the domain name system of the internet. This is the system that is responsible for helping you find out the actual IP addresses of websites and names you type in your browser window. You need to know these numbers to be able to send out a request to get a web page. You want to type the English, but your browser needs this number. So in our first example, or part one, we had learned that if you're looking for something really popular that's always accessed, that when you send that request out and it goes to your internet service provider, they have this domain name server known as a resolver, and it can check its memory or its tables and go, oh, things.net, there's the number. It sends that number back to you. Now you know the address. But what happens when you go to hunt for a web page that's not in this table? And so for our example, we're going to be looking for candy.com. Now, candy.com just got set up. It's over here on the internet. So there's the web page for candy.com. Some web hosting company has it on their server, and that's the address. So that's how you get to candy.com. Now, obviously, that's not known in our local DNS here. So what's the whole procedure to be able to get this number? Well, here it is. You type in candy.com. It goes off to your ISP. It goes off to the resolver. The resolver checks its tables. It doesn't find candy.com. So it goes, okay, I got to start the procedure to find candy.com. So what it does is it contacts a root DNS server. Now, there's only something like 13 or 15 of these around the world. Okay? It's the starting point to when you want to find out addresses. So basically, the request comes to root DNS server, and it says, I'm looking for candy.com. And the root server says, well, you know what? My only job is really to send you to top-level domain name servers. Now, what are those? There's lots of these around the internet, and what they do is they keep track of where the .com people are, where the .net people are, where the .org people are. So you need to go to them. So the root server, really, he just funnels you off, or she, or whatever, just funnels you off to a top-level domain server that would have .coms, because we're looking for a .com. So the root server sends a signal back and says, here's a top-level domain server. So off you go. Your resolver now contacts that address. Whoops, it goes down here and goes, hey, top-level domain server, I'm looking for candy.com. And the top-level domain server says, hey, I know where the .com people are. They're at this address over here. So it sends that address back to you, or back to your resolver. The resolver then says, okay, now I know where the .com people are. Off I go. And it goes off to the .com people. And this one is called an authoritative name server. This is the one that actually will store the address. And so it looks in its table and it goes, oh, you're looking for candy.com? Yeah. There it is, candy.com, 813075-101, right? This address over here. And it sends that back to your resolver, and the resolver says, yep, I got it, and sends it back to you. So notice the procedure there. When you're looking for something that's not found, first it goes to the root. The root sends you back the top-level domain. You go to the top-level domain. It sends you back the address of the .com. You go to the .com authoritative name server, it looks, and if it's there, it sends it back. If not, it says, hey, I don't have that. And then it sends it back, and you get it. Now, this system may seem a little complex, like, well, why doesn't just this one know everything? Well, that would be a lot of work for this one server to do. The point of this, it's sort of like a divide and conquer the work. The root server tells you where the top-level domain ones are, so they can start to share the work. Remember, there's lots of these all over the internet. These guys can funnel you to specific networks like the .coms, and the .coms keep track of all the .com address. Maybe they funnel you to .net, and the .net servers domain name servers would keep track of all the .net addresses and IP addresses. So this system is sort of nice. I mean, it seems a little tricky, like why so many pieces, but it does make it nice. If I want to add a .canada or .ca into here, then you know what? The root will send off to a TLD. Maybe that TLD will know the .cas, and then off to the .cas, and the .ca server will keep track of every single .ca address and IP. So it's sort of nice, right? They all sort of have their job and they route. Now this happens super fast. Basically, this is in thousandths of a second. All that chit-chatting takes place. And then we should just note, once your DNS resolver here knows candy.com, it'll keep track of it, hold it in memory. Now I don't know how long it holds it or how many they hold in memory, but this way if anybody else in your area ever goes to candy.com again, it's already stored there and it can look it up really fast, saving all that extra trouble. And that's basically the domain name system. Now, in the next part of these little DNS video, we're going to look at, well, the people who actually started the web page, candy.com. What did they do to get this number? And how did the .com people know that candy.com was over here at this number? So we're going to take a look at, if you were to decide to set up your website, just what basic steps you have to do so that these numbers over here get in the right place. Thanks for watching.